of artificial intelligence.
That says artificial intelligence.
AI ability.
The AI.
Open AI.
AI for a long time.
Everyone is talking about AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Gemini, or DeepSeek. But are they really accessible? Today, we are putting them to the test for real-world accessibility. No special tools, just your voiceover and keyboard, with all the kind of tasks our real users do every day. We will walk through how well VoiceOver handles these chatbots, what's announced, and most importantly, what's getting missed, how focus is managed, and what still needs to be changed. So these tools are actually serving the true purpose. Because here's the truth, AI is not intelligent if it excludes people with disabilities. And before we jump in, I would love to hear from you. Drop a quick comment. Which AI chatbot are you using? Here's how we are testing. We are using a MacBook with VoiceOver and Safari on all three platforms, ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek. With the same setup and same task, we will test for navigating the chat area, entering prompts, and reading the response. This is not just a demo. We are digging deep to catch what most tests miss: unlabeled controls, broken keyboard paths, and design choices that leaves millions of users behind. To make best use of our time, I have already logged in on the three chatbots, ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek. I'm going to refresh this page so that we can begin tabbing. And before we do that, I'm going to turn on my voiceover. So let's do that. Command F5.
VoiceOver on Safari. ChatGPT. OBS 31.0.3.
Let me pull this up on the right side so that you can see what is getting announced by a screen reader. I'm going to refresh this page using my mouse.
Stop load link. OBS 31. Thread. Main. You are currently on a link.
Now it says thread main and my focus is on the top left corner. Let's begin tabbing on this ChatGPT interface.
Close sidebar. Close sidebar. Expand.
And that's getting announced correctly. It says close sidebar. I'm going to tab again.
Visited. Link. New chat shift command O.
It says visited link because I already visited this page. I'm going to press tab.
Search chats. And one more item. Group. You are currently. Link. Library. You are currently on a link. To. Link. Sora. You are currently on a link. To click this.
Now it says link Sora. However, it's not announcing that it will take us to an external tab or open up in a new window. To test it, I'm going to press enter.
Web content. Open Sora.
See,
Next.
it opened up a new
Sora.
tab.
Turn ID. Sora.
So what they could have done better is to provide an aria label for this link which says Sora opens up in a new window. Let's continue tabbing.
Link. GPTs. You are currently on.
It says GPTs. I'm going to press tab again.
Upgrade plan. And one more item. Group.
It says upgrade plan, and if you can see, it's on the bottom left side over here.
Chat history.
This is where it is reading upgrade plan. Let's continue pressing tab.
Get plus button. Thread.
It says get plus button. Thread main. I'm going to press tab again.
Chat GPT. Menu pop up.
It says ChatGPT is the menu pop-up which gives me an indication that there is sub-menu for this ChatGPT button. I'm going to press enter.
You are currently on a menu item. To interact with items inside this menu item, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
Now it's giving us the instructions on how to interact with this element. I'm going to use the down arrow key.
ChatGPT great for everyday tasks. Menu item. Group 2 of 2. You are currently.
Which is read correctly. I'm going to use up arrow.
ChatGPT plus our smartest model and more.
So I'm able to navigate both the items using the up or down arrow key. And let's close it. And the best way to close it by pressing the escape key. I'm going to press escape.
OBS.
I'm gonna press tab to reach to the main text box for the ChatGPT.
Turn on temporary chat button. You are
Now my focus is going to the turn on temporary chat button on the top right.
open profile menu. Menu pop-up but
I'm assuming after this tab, my focus should go to the text box.
message composer. Dialog pop-up.
Let's ask ChatGPT what are the top accessibility certifications available today. So I'm gonna say,
Heading table not found.
now do you recall when we first landed on this text box, which looks like a text box but is technically a button behind the scenes? It was read as a button. And because of that, my voiceover is in the browse only mode, which means if I'm trying to write H, it's not allowing me to type H. Let's have a look.
Heading not found.
It's trying to look for a heading on this page because it's not in the form mode. So it is not allowing us to write in the letters which are reserved for a screen reader only. Let's take an example of trying to write L.
Link not found.
It says link not found. However, I'm in the text box. We can visually see it's a text box, but they have coded it as a button. Let's have a listen what it is announced.
Open profile menu.
I'm going to tap back again.
Message composer.
It says message composer dialog pop-up button. I'm going to close my voiceover and inspect this element and see what has been coded.
VoiceOver off.
Now I'm going to inspect this element. And let's see what has been coded. See, let me zoom in a little. This is the div, and then this is again another div that we have. And within that, we have paragraph where we are trying to write our prompts. And this is the major challenge. We are unable to use the reserved keywords for assistive technologies like VoiceOver or JAWS. H for headings, U for unvisited links, L for lists, G for graphics. Reason being because we are still in the browse mode and we have not entered in the form only mode. And this is one of the biggest blocker when it comes to ChatGPT, that it does not allow me as a screen reader user to write in my prompts. Let's close this. And with my voiceover off, let me type in my content. And before I press enter, let's see what response we are getting, whether that's accessible or not. I know it doesn't make sense because we are not able to enter the information at the first place. But just for our demo purposes, just for our testing, let's have a look at it. Let's write what are the top web accessibility certifications. And before I press enter, I'm gonna turn on my voiceover.
VoiceOver on Safari. Chat message composer. Dialog pop-up button. You are currently on a bot space with message composer. Dialog pop thread. Chat history. Navig ChatGPT. Window. Thread. Main. Message composer.
And now I'm gonna press enter on this. Let's have a listen together.
ChatGPT is generating a response. ChatGPT is still generating a response. ChatGPT says, here are some of the top web accessibility certifications that are recognized in the industry for validating knowledge and skills in accessible design, development, and compliance. Number 1. IAAP certification International Association of Accessibility Professionals IAAP is widely regarded as the leading body for accessibility certifications.
So the moment I pressed enter, it says ChatGPT is generating a response. So good points over there. And while we were waiting, it says ChatGPT is still generating a response. A second point earned by ChatGPT there. And when we finally received the response, it started reading in the read all mode. Let's see if this response that we received has been coded using right HTML semantics or not. For that, I'm going to press X to go to the list item.
List not found.
It says list not found. Maybe it shows my
Message
focus is
composer.
on the message input type. I'm going to
1.
click on this
1.
and maybe try pressing X now.
List 3 items. You
Now
are currently in.
it says list 3 items for the inner list items, but not for the numbering that they provided. And that's another issue. I'm going to press down arrow key.
Link not found. List 2 items. Level 2. You are currently in a list. Bullet 1 of 2. Focus. Deep technical knowledge. Bullet 2 of 2. 4. Developers. QA engineers. Technical.
I'm going to press X again.
List 2 items. Level 2. Bullet 1 of 2. Combines. CPACC. List 4 items. You are currently in a list.
Again, the same thing. It's able to identify the unordered list, but it's not able to find or identify the ordered list. Now, since this looks like
Trusted
a
tester.
link,
Globe
right? I'm going to press U for unvisited. We haven't visited this. So I'm going to press U now.
Message composer. Dialog pop-up button.
My focus is going to the message composer when I pressed U. Let me try V.
Visited link not found. Visited link not found.
It's typing U over there. I'm going to press or
2.
click
Here
here.
are some of the
I'm going to press U again.
message composer. Dialog pop-up.
It's taking me to the text box. Please correct me if I am doing something wrong here. Let's start tabbing. It should be in the tabbing order at least, right? This link.
Copy. Copy.
My
Here.
focus is directly
Heading
going
level
to
6.
the. My focus is directly going to the copy button, but not
Edit message button.
to the results, the links that we received as part of the response.
Considered a
So for
globe
a
symbol.
screen reader user, right, I will never get to this link. I don't know if there's another way. I tried the shortcut key, which is U for unvisited and V for visited. And then I tried pressing the tab key. It must have been in the tabbing order. The only thing that is in the tabbing
Copy.
order are the copy
Good response.
and the other feedback links or buttons that you have. So you have good
Bad
response, bad
response. Read aloud.
response, read out
Edit in
loud.
canvas. Menu pop-up button. Share. Share button.
But the response itself for me as a screen reader user, I cannot reach to links that are provided. So the major challenge that we saw with ChatGPT that we are unable to write or type our prompts when a screen reader is on because it is not coded with type text. It's being used as a paragraph, and for some reason, they are allowing to type in. The response that we are getting, it's not announcing correctly. It starts reading in the browser mode. However, when I press the list item, only the unordered list were in the reading order, but not the ordered lists. Links that were provided as part of the response, there is no way for me as a screen reader user to go to those links. Now let's go ahead and test how Google Gemini works with the same set of scenarios. Let's
Close tab
Sora.
button. Leaving top web main menu.
Let's
List
move
skills.
it to the right
You are
side.
currently on a.
I'm going to refresh this page.
Leaving Google Gemini. Enter 95 main menu. Description. Expand menu button. Gemini 2.5 flat.
I'm going to press tab.
Google account. Skill sync.
It takes me to the right side, which is my Google account. I'm going to tab again.
Main menu. Expand menu button. Main.
It says main menu and says expand button. So let's expand it by pressing the enter key. And there is no announcement whether it's in the expanded state or not. So I have no clue whether it's working or not. I'm going to press tab.
Gemini 2.5 flash. Menu pop-up button. You are.
My focus went to Gemini 2.5 flash. However, my focus
Main
should
menu.
have been within the left navigation. It should have gone to explore gems, settings and help, and then move to the Gemini on the right side. Let's press tab again.
Link. Upgrade. You
It's
are
on the
currently on a
upgrade.
link. Search button. Navigation.
And see, Now, after the upgrade button, my focus is coming to the search within the left navigation. So it's a clear violation of the illogical focus order. It should always, as per VCAG, it must follow the visual order or the logical reading or tabbing order, which is not the case with the Gemini. Let's continue tabbing.
Explore Gems button. You are currently on a button. To click this button,
I'm going to press tab again.
Settings and Help button.
Press tab again to reach to the Gemini's input type, hopefully text.
Close button. Main. You are currently.
It says close button. Let's go tab one more time.
Enter a prompt here. Edit text. New line.
It says enter a prompt here. Edit text. Insertion at begins of the text. I'm hopeful because it is reading edit text that it allows us to write with a screen reader on. So I'm going to ask the same question. What are the best web accessibility certifications?
Certifications. You are currently on it.
I'm going to press enter.
Gemini is typing. Gemini replied.
Thank God. With Gemini, it allowed us to write our text in the actual text box with VoiceOver on. And while it was generating a response, it says Gemini is writing and ended by saying Gemini replied. However, it was not in the browse only mode, which means it was not reading out the content returned by Gemini. Now, if I have to read through the content, I will use my shortcut keys. And for that, I have to come out of the text box.
Close button.
And now, because I'm in the browse mode, I'm going to press H to see if there is heading within the response that we received.
Heading not found. Heading level 2. What are the best web accessibility certifications?
The question that we asked has been marked as heading level 2. I believe that's okay because it gives you an opportunity to jump directly to the questions that you have been asking. Let's press H again.
Last heading. Heading level 2.
That's the last heading.
Heading level 2. What are the best? Dismiss button. Heading level 2. What are the best? Heading level 1. Conversation with Gemini. Heading level 1. Recent. First heading. First heading. Heading level 1. Recent.
That's interesting. Recents and web accessibility certifications on the left navigation are coded as headings on the left side. I'm not sure how to read the content on the right side, the response that we received. I'm going to press H again.
Heading level 1. Conversation with Gemini. Heading level 2. What are the best web accessible? Last heading.
It says last heading. So the next item that I see is a paragraph. So if I can use the right arrow key.
Listen button. You are image. You are when it comes to web accessible image. You are listen button.
I don't know which listen button it's talking about, and as you can see on the left side of left top side, my focus is somewhere there, which means an invisible element is in the reading order. I'm going to press right arrow key again.
Image.
It says image. That to me is decorative. It should have been marked as decorative. I'm going to press right arrow key again.
When it comes to web accessibility certifications.
So it starts reading as a regular browse mode. Using the arrow keys, I'm gonna press X to jump to the first list item.
List 4 items. You are currently in a list.
I'm gonna use the right arrow key to read the first list item.
Bullet 1 of 4. Bullet certified professional.
So that's working. Let's see if we have any links.
Button.
Yes, we have a link.
Certified.
And to go to a link, I'm gonna press tab first to see if it's in the tabbing order.
Google account. Skill sync.
It's not. And it took my focus from this point directly to the right side. Ideally, it should have taken us to the links first, gone through all the sources,
ultimately,
or gone through all the gone through the sources first,
ultimately,
and then have gone through all the links and the buttons in this section. So let me click here and press tab.
Show more options. Close button. Enter a prompt here. Close. But show more a copy. Share read back good read close. Try net sources. Button. List 4 button. List 4 item. Button. Button. You are currently on a button. You are currently on a selectable text. List 4 items.
I'm going to press tab now to go to the links in this particular response. I'm going to press tab. It's going, my focus is going on to the first link icon.
Button. List 4 items. You are currently on a button.
No, it's not announcing the accessible name.
Button. You are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control, Option, Space.
It says you are currently on a button, but what button it is?
Button. You are currently on a button.
The
To click
tooltip
this
that we are seeing is not getting announced.
Button. You are currently button. You are currently on a button.
Nope.
Button. Main.
So it's missing ARIA labels for these buttons, and that's one of the biggest violation, I would say, for screen reader user. How would I know which button is this all about?
You are
Let's
currently
continue
on
tapping and see if where my focus is going next.
Button. 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 List 4 sources. Button. Main. Try now. Button. You are currently on a close. Button. Good response. Bad response. Redo. Button. Share and export. Copy. Show more options.
So I believe so far the tabbing order is fine.
Close. Button. Enter a prompt. Close.
Let's close
button.
this.
You enter a prompt here. Edit text.
The other challenge that I want to highlight. So let's go back to the top of the response.
International is.
I'm gonna press
Here are the
Control. Now, if I have to go directly to the text box, what should I do? If I press down arrow key,
Link not found. Link not found.
and if I change it to
Links
form
menu.
controls
Headings menu. Form controls menu. When it comes to
and
web.
press down arrow
Button.
key,
Button.
I have to go through each and
Button.
every button in the process to finally reach to Ask Gemini. The best solution in this situation would have been to provide skip to main content like functionality. Like we can say skip to the chat input field. That way you can refrain user from tabbing multiple times to reach to the Ask Gemini text box. Please comment if you agree with this approach. Next, let's test DeepSeek. Again, let me quickly accept
DeepSeek.
all cookies here.
DeepSeek.
Now I'm gonna refresh and use the same
DeepSeek.
testing that we did for ChatGPT and Gemini. I'm gonna refresh this
DeepSeek.
page.
In HT stop DeepSeek. Web message DeepSeek. Edit text. DeepThink. New chat.
My focus is going to new chat by default. I'm gonna press tab now. It says close sidebar, but it was not announced. Let me do shift tab.
Leaving DeepSeek. Into the unknown. Entering tab bar. 3.
My focus goes to the close button within the Safari. I'm gonna press tab now.
Leaving tab bar. 3 tabs. Entering DeepSeek. Into the unknown web content. Group. You are currently on.
It's not announcing the correct ARIA label for the close sidebar, even though they have a tooltip. Let's tab again. Nothing is getting announced. I'm not sure where my focus is. Oh, one second. When I tabbed from the close button, the focus order is broken and it directly took me to message DeepSeek. Okay. So it skipped new chat, it skipped get a new app, my profile, but it came directly to the message DeepSeek. I'm wondering if how accessible this would be for a screen reader, but nonetheless, let's try typing the same prompt that we gave to ChatGPT and Gemini.
Heading table
What
not found.
are-
Heading not found.
Again, see, I'm trying to type the letter H. Let's do it again. Let's try to do it. Let's try to type H again.
Heading not found.
I believe it's also having the same issues as that of ChatGPT, wherein they are not using the input type text for this as a text box and are using div or other paragraph like tags to make it look like a text box, but it's not really a text box. I would not like to continue testing DeepSeek beyond this point because it's a major barrier to begin with for a screen reader user. We tested ChatGPT irrespective whether it was not allowing us to type in, but this is your challenge. Install DeepSeek, try to type in without a screen reader. As we know, with screen reader you cannot type in. Get the response and see how it is getting announced? Is the links or the buttons that we are getting are in the tabbing order? Do they have accessible names? And put your observations in the comment sections. So what can be done better? It all starts with using semantic HTMLs, providing users navigate responses by headings or paragraphs. Use clear ARIA labels on inputs, buttons, and sections. Wrap the chat responses in landmark regions. Add skip links for easier navigation. And finally, use aria-live to politely announce new messages. This is not new tech. It's just applying the accessibility standards we already have to the tools shaping our future. I truly believe AI has the power to transform lives, but only if it includes everyone. So if you are building an AI chatbot or an application, please test it with real users. Use screen readers, try navigating with no mouse, and ask blind users for feedback. Because accessibility is not about checking a box, it's about inclusion. If you learned something new today, like this video, share it with your developer or product manager, and comment below which AI tool should be tested next. Subscribe for more real-world accessibility tests. Together, we are building an AI future that includes everyone. This is Param Singh signing off.